Hey, welcome. So, today we're going to be taking a look at this. Now this, to me, bunch of mistakes. Things you don't want to do. First things first, in the back. Everything here, well not everything, but is pushed into the back. Now there are slots, so you are able to do this, but I would highly say no. So, one of the reasons is that even this one right here, this neutral, it actually broke off right into the back there. So that's a huge problem. So anytime I see these pushed in the back, I immediately just switch out the plug. I don't even do this whatsoever because so many times you push this in, take it out, these things get loose. You can see how easily these just easily turn around. Not good, all right? So second thing that we see that's a mistake are these screws right here. This one and this one here are actually out all the way. Now, if you're not using them, you're going to screw them in. Why? Well, a lot of the boxes out there that these reside in now are metal. So over time, these can get loose. I'm sure you've already experienced that. You got loose plugs here, friend's house, wherever it might be. Now these can actually touch the sidewall of that box and then poof, spark. You're going to trip the breaker. You have a black mark coming out. You just shorted it out. Not good. So always have these in. Also, good practice, put electrical tape around it as well. So just in case, you have that extra layer of protection. Rather do a little bit more than not enough. So next thing we're going to also look at here is the plug itself. It looks all right, sure. Problem is that this is an old plug. Now it might be dirty, not what I'm talking about. Now to today's code, if you're going to replace it, it needs to have a TR, so tamper resistant, which means that there are actually two little things in there that don't allow kids or adults to actually plug into it. So you actually have to push both tabs in at the same time in order to actually get access to this plug. So it's kind of what you need these days. Another problem that we have here is, if you can see right here, there's actually a tab that actually joins this part with this part here. This tab right here. Now on this side here, so that was the neutral side. This one here, there actually, if you can see it, there actually is no tab joining in between here. So that's fine if it's a split circuit in a kitchen. So this thing here was actually probably taken from the kitchen and then it was placed in just a regular plug somewhere. And now the problem with that, since it doesn't have that metal going across there, if you put power up here and then you have the other wires going to the bottom part here, now what's going to happen is that since there's no metal bracket there, you're only going to get power to the actual top socket part here and not to the bottom one here. So that would create a problem, which in this case, this person actually was not even getting power down here. It was just to the top. Didn't know why. That would be the cause. Next thing is the way you actually have to put these around the screw. Actually, this one here is actually correct because you always want to do it clockwise. So you have to do a little bend in the copper, which I'll show you after this actually how to actually properly put the wires together and then actually put one only on here rather than pushing in the back, having them bunch around. Just a mess. I'll show you how to do that. Just stick around and I'll do that right now. So I got these wires here. Now, this is like if you had 3 wires coming in, you only want one going to the plug. So I'm going to use my strippers here and my linesman. So first things first, I'm going to use it's a 14 gauge. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but I'm just going to put it kind of straight on and strip about, let's say about an inch or so off of it. There we go. Now, what you're going to want to do is line these up, kind of sheathing as best as you kind of can. There we go. You can kind of give a little twist. Now, you're going to grab your linesman and you're going to twist, but also kind of pull down away from it a little bit as well. Gives you kind of a nice kind of twist and twirl there kind of thing. Now, I'm going to get this, cut it on a little bit, I guess like this way, a little bit of an angle. There we go. So I'm going to grab a Moret. Now these ones have wings, so make it a little nicer to actually get a little bit more of a twist on it. Just keep twisting, twisting until it's really tight. Now, just say you had 3 coming in. Now that allows you to have 1 going off now to the plug. And the fun thing about this one, on these strippers, they actually have a hole right there. So I'm going to put this directly actually into it through the back here. And just a little bit. I'm going to do a nice easy bend. And now the great thing is that it creates perfect loop. This goes around your screw. Good to go. Much safer. Now remember, always put it on clockwise because it just ends up closing that copper up, and so it just kind of pinches it together like that. So there you go. Proper way to do it. Do it right.